And good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have everybody here. I am a zombie. I was up very, 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 very late working on school stuff, but I'm here in spirit, and I brought along some of my favoriteest people for your listening pleasure. Let's introduce these knuckleheads and let's get this started. If you're new to the lunch stream and wondering what the hell is this is where we hang out with you good folks for really over an hour now. We've been like an hour and a half for most of the lunch streams now. But we'll do a roster review. We're going to do the Weird News Monday. We kind of got that fixed. Except it's Tuesday, so we'll do it today, barring the computer technical difficulties we had previously. If you have questions, go ahead and put those in there. We'll scoop those up and we'll get those answered after we get through all our nonsense and after the roster review. And the best way to make sure that we get your question is to put question in front of your statement, and that helps us make sure to scoop it up. That being said, let's introduce everybody then. We've got, of course, Dr. Finn, medicine woman, the troll extraordinaire, who has decided to be here on time for once.
Good morrow.
And I guess he's turned Swedish now. Okay, moving
Hi.
on. No, that's a pirate. God. Also join us. He's been sick. He's been out of commission. He's been playing video games and drinking tea and hanging out with Sweary Daughter. The one only Mike Hunt has decided to finally grace us with his presence again.
Hey, I'm going to be Ted Danza today.
Good old Ted Danza. Also joining us, the one and only Xylo Takedown is here.
What's up, everybody? Got any headphones? Sound good?
Yeah, there we go. And then,
Sweet.
of course, holding it all together, of course, is the one and only Grim the Mechanic.
Ricola.
Yeah, really? Can you change that Ricola from a throat lozenge to a giant projectile bomb you can send toward Finn, please, Grim? Thank you.
I did get a request to ask you a question.
I've been
though,
their best freaking customer for like a week because I've been down in their cough drops.
I like Hall.
They're working though.
The alcohol's better.
Cherry and honey. They're really good.
Okay.
Decent bourbon or whiskey. Single malt. That does it.
So is your sickness the reason why you 7-starred Grievous, Grim?
I have a 7-star Grievous. What are you trying to say?
I don't know. I got a questioning Grim for getting a 7-star Grievous.
I've been working on them for a while, trying to get them 7-star. I'm trying to 7-star all my characters.
Yeah, say. Yeah.
Rework.
I mean, he's only level 50 gear 1 or gear 2, something like that. So
Rework choice.
Yeah, I don't think. I want to hold my breath on that, brah.
I will be gear 12 in L337 in the next couple of days, though.
Okay. See?
She good.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, Dr. Finny Dido?
No, that'd be it.
What is up with you today?
Aye.
No, you can't keep switching. What is going on with you?
This is what happens when I come on time.
I guess. Apparently.
Aye.
Okay, we're moving on. All right, we got a
Stanley Red is here too.
Oh, I didn't know you showed up, Stanley. When did you pop in?
I've been here the whole time.
You just think not one damn word, Stanley.
The Ginger Ninja was being a ninja.
God in heaven.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Gingivitis. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks, buddy.
I've been on the call since it started.
Well, you didn't say a word. I don't always get
Yes,
a chance.
I did.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said hi, and
When?
then I asked about the wristbands. But I was just listening to you guys talk.
So let me just make
he did ask the wristbands.
let me give you guys a public service announcement. Don't trust people without souls. They're assassins, and they're not to be trusted.
Aye.
No, no. All right, we've got a roster review today. Oh my god, we are doing Ray Rock's profile, and they are in the guild Free for Alls. I like the way they did that. Very nicely done. So shout out to your guild. What is old Ray Rock looking for there, Findy Doodle?
All right. So Ray Rock, aka Faymok, if he's in the channel.
Well, it says Ray Rock. I don't know.
No,
if
I know.
Faye
But that's Faymok in the YouTube channel.
Oh well.
So it says it's struggling with the Fleet Arena right now, even after getting Chimera to 7-star. So we're gonna look at his fleet to see what we can do with that.
Sure.
That he was doing okay in Squad Arena until
really,
CG nerfed Nest, and even though he doesn't run into any Treya or Revan teams around his current rank,
his team he's using.
Yeah, so he said he's running into a lot of Bastila teams with Hermit Yoda and Grandmaster Yoda, Palpatines with Scion. So we'll look at his arena teams and see what he can do. Because I think he can play the counters in order to win, but we'll take a look at his roster.
Well, we just need to come up with
he can beat some of the Palp and Bastila teams, but none of the Night Sister.
Not with this lineup. You're not beating anything with this lineup. Nothing.
That lineup confuses me.
It confuses me greatly. I'm greatly vexed, Finn, at this lineup. But not to worry, Ray Rock, aka the artist formerly known as Faymok. We're gonna get you squared away, homie. That's what we do here. Do we want to look at just go ahead and start with Arena, or we want to go ship Arena first?
Let's do ship first, because I think we're going to spend a lot of time on characters. So let's start with ships and then we'll go into the regular.
Let's mix it up a little bit. Hey, Stanley, if you'd like to interject anything, please feel free, you silent bastard. No, you shut up with that crap. It's not Pirate Wednesday, Finn. I am not in the mood. I am tired, my head hurts, and I'm not had enough coffee yet. Let me get some more coffee. Maybe I'll change my mood. That is some good, wholesome goodness. I drink too much. Shit. I really made this coffee strong. I'm like, I'll add another scoop. That should work. Woo! It's that, and it's straight espresso, baby. Oh. All right. So let's just look at his general lineup here of ships that he has. Pretty good, actually. Pretty solid. He does have Poe unlocked, Finn, before you even freak out, but it's only 3 stars, so he's working on it. He's working on it, Finn.
He's working on it. Okay, so he got Chimera unlocked, but currently what he's running is Executrix with Biggs, TIE Silencer, and TIE Advance in the starting lineup, with Plo, Ahsoka, Clone Sergeant, and Slave 1. Those no to the reinforcements?
No.
Probably. Those are PvE largely enforcements.
Yeah, Plo is a great PvE reinforcement, especially when you're doing the hard node battles for any of the 5 battle missions in Fleet. He is your lifesaver. But he's not as effective on PvP. He can be if you're running a certain lineup, but he's very specific to that. I don't have a problem with his starting lineup. It was Biggs, TIE or TIE Advanced?
TIE Advanced and TIE Silencer.
Okay, keep the TIE Silencer, keep the Biggs. I would go regular TIE in that lineup just to start off with, and then have TIE Advanced as one of your reinforcements. Especially since you're running Executrix, TIE Advance will come in there and start laying pain on those ships.
What's his Phoenix ships like? His
Phoenix ships are actually not bad.
Yeah. I'm fine with Slave 1 being one of his reinforcements. You know, as the next reinforcement.
Trying to see where's his Hound's Tooth. His Hound's Tooth is 3 stars.
3 star. Yeah, boss is not quite ready yet. That's something you may want to think about working on religiously. It's a great.
So there's a few things. There's a few things that I'm just noticing just off the bat while we're trying to figure out what his ship should be. Right. His Executrix doesn't have maxed abilities yet.
Well, I'm sure he's working on that.
Including his ultimate, and his ultimate has 30% extra damage.
That's the one you need to max out first.
Missing. Yeah, so you're missing out on some crucial damage there. I know you need 150 of the prestige mats. Hopefully you're collecting them from the arena. It would be a mistake if you're collecting credits. I'm just throwing that out there to anybody right now. Don't collect credits with your extra squad arena tokens. You should be getting the prestige mats. But he doesn't have any of the abilities fully maxed out yet. They're all one away, so he's like several of them that need like 150. So he's 150 times 5, so 750 prestige mats for maxing out his capital ship. So that's going to be one issue you're going to face. The other part is, if you're running Executrix, you need to get a lot tankier than what I think you're doing. Slave 1 is fine, and actually for what you're maybe trying to accomplish, which is just trying to get to the ultimate, Plo Koon isn't necessarily awful either. But the other part is Ahsoka is a decent utility, but a little bit squishy. And Clone Sergeant is not an awful ship, but it just doesn't fit with this lineup.
No, it doesn't. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. It's a good tank ship, but just not for this lineup.
I mean, if you want to have First Order TIE Fighter or First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter coming in as reinforcements, you could. First Order definitely TIE Fighter because of the target lock. He comes up and off the bench, and I've had fleets I run into where it's like, oh, First Order TIE Fighter pilot, what are you gonna do? What the? He just blew up one of my ship. Oh, that extra damage on the target lock. It sucks. But I think that having Imperial or regular TIE instead of TIE Advance is really good. It does tend to dodge a little bit better than TIE Advance, especially if you use your first attack that dodge, and it'll help get your ship turn meter. TIE Silencer is a very tanky ship, and you can use to control the lineup that you're facing because of its stun. And then Biggs, you just target lock. So you've got two ships that can target lock, but regardless of whether you get it off or not, that first reinforcement comes in as TIE Advance. Debuffs, does this thing, it hits no matter what, so you can target ships and then start spreading the target lock love, and then you can bring Slave 1 and do his big missile hit. So that's kind of the combination you kind of want to have with Executrix for your ship lineup. Get rid of Ahsoka, get rid of Plo. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could go with the Sunfac. I mean, the Sunfac could be another ship he could bring in. Phantom, I'm just thinking ships that'll taunt take
what's
some
his
hits.
fives like?
No, it's not there. 4 stars, yeah, not happening. I mean, Houndstooth is ideally the ship you want to keep mainly focusing on, because that ship you could put in your starting lineup, and or a reinforcement, but get it at least 4 stars with the gear and stuff on the gear and stuff, and you guys, I mean, it's gonna be a better lineup for you than anything.
Yeah, and we saw that you have Plo in your reinforcement, Faymok. It
doesn't synergize.
It's okay for now, but it's a placeholder. It's not the ship that you want to keep long term in PvP. It's a much better PvE ship or a defensive ship under an endurance.
Yeah.
But for climbing and stuff under Tarkin, it doesn't go super well.
It works really well with the Geonosians. If you're
I was going to say exactly the same thing. It's often it's
awesome
my
ship for
first
Geonosians.
Reinforcement
Yeah.
for Geos.
With Geos, yeah. Not with Biggs, though. It just
No.
doesn't work well with Biggs.
I mean, you got to think, you're running with the lineup I gave you in the starting lineup. I mean, it's a very offensive minded, but it also can be a very good lineup for you because a lot of target lock, a lot of reinforcements that are coming in doing heavy damage. Really what you're doing is burning as many ships as you can, because when you get to that ultimate, as long as you got it even if you don't have maxed out, it's going to really win you the match. But based on a lot of chimeras, unless you can get turn meter on that ship, it makes it a little bit harder to do that. So you want to be burning their ships as quickly and fast as possible. Executrix with any Empire ships gives you some nice little bonuses and stuff. So we kind of want to have that thought process where we're,
Are you? And Faymok is asking about Chimera. So are you looking to shift to Chimera? The team isn't going to be too much different.
No, it's not.
But you do have a lot of work to do on all of your abilities. Whichever capital ship you're going to go, and I think Chimera is a good one, you have to make sure that you're grabbing prestige mats and getting the abilities up, because that's going to be one of your biggest hindrances right now with moving up. Now, you're ranked 37, so you're already in the top 50 in fleet, which is a good sign for what you can do. But I think we need to see what you can do in order to get a little bit higher. Your biggest problem is the lack of maxed out abilities. And once you start getting your ship a little bit maxed out, and your Thrawn is already gear 12, which is a definite good sign, and you have a Zeta on his ebb and flow. So your Chimera is reasonable. Now, one thing to mention, your Thrawn is running a 4-dot mod. So if you're going to use Chimera, you're going to need to switch that to a 5-dot. Your cross on Thrawn is a 4-dot. That can't happen with any of your pilots or any of your fleet captains. That has to change now. Now, the stats don't matter, but if you're using Thrawn, which you'll probably end up doing in your arena team, you'll want to make sure it's a good 5-dot mod. So if you were going to change to a Chimera, looking at your roster, I think... Actually, let me check your bigs really quick. Okay, good. Your bigs is all 5-dot mods too. Good. So the one that I run is bigs with TIE Advanced and then the regular TIE Imperial TIE Fighter. And so you could run that. Now, your Imperial TIE Fighter is low gear, so kind of like me mentioned, you have to work on your gear a little bit on TIE Fighter Pilot. Reinforcement-wise, the ones I use, a lot of them you don't have ready, just to put it out there. So Slave 1 you have, that's good. Your Sunfac, you need to get your Sunfac character up to gear 11 so you can max out the crew ability, because that's one of the critical parts of it, and then max out its reinforcement so you get basically a double stun with Sunfac. So that would be another... hold on one second. Got something stuck in my throat. So Sunfac would be the other one. Poe Dameron, you have it at 3-star. The gear is only it's like a blue gear level 50 Poe. He's a good ship to work on and get a little bit higher. And I'm trying to see... I don't see TIE Reaper. Am I missing it? I don't think he has it. I do not see TIE Reaper. So I would say make sure that you're farming that node as well. It's a good node because it's a double node. So farm TIE Reaper so you can get that character as well. So yeah, I think that's... Yeah, I understand it's for secondary speed, Fama. But a 4-dot mod ruins your capital ship. It makes your capital ship slower. And you can't have your capital ship going slower. So you have to do that. Oh, okay, and he says he has enough shards for Poe at 7-star. He just hasn't promoted him. Oh. Is that the character or the ship? Because you want both. You definitely want to max out your Poe character, but you also want to make sure you get his ship from 3-star up to 7-star. So
he is nasty.
Just some things. You don't have TIE Reaper, which would be a good ship to have in reinforcement. You could use Scimitar, but your Scimitar is 3-star and your Maul is 5-star, blue level 50. So that may be a ship. Houndstooth is another one you can throw in there. Basically, you're trying to go with damage and tanky, and then wait for the insta-kill ability to come and take out whatever is the nuisance on the other team. So I think you're on the right track here. You just need some more work on the gear and stuff. But I think you're on the right track.
I think so too. All right, let's go back to his arena.
All right.
So right now, currently it says he's running Vader lead with Palpatine, CLS, Thrawn, and old Chewbacca.
Yep, that has got to go.
That's got to go. Hey guys, let's look at your characters and overall. We got to figure out what team we're going to run. Let's look at your Sith, and let's look at your Rebels, and let's look at everything, because that's not going to work. All right.
So I went to his Sith, and he doesn't have Traya yet, which is fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. So let's see what we can put together with what you had. Now, EP and Vader is a fine combination. Question is whether or not that's what you need to be running right now. The teams that he said he's facing again. So certain things struck out to me when he mentioned kind of the list of teams. So he mentioned Bastila teams with Hermit Yoda and Grandmaster Yoda. Palpatine with Scion, Nihilus, Thrawn, Vader, and then Night Sister teams. So let's go to his Night Sisters first, because the first thing I think of when I see these teams is Night Sisters could be a strong combo against it. Ooh, you have work to do on your Night Sisters.
Just trying to pull up his
Night Sisters may be something you want to work. Work on your Night Sisters. I know. I'm trying to see what exactly he's working on right now. I'll just be honest. I don't like seeing a Gear 12 Ewok Elder.
Well, I think that might have happened because of the upcoming Ewok event.
And that's not a good thing. There's no reason to take a character to Gear 12 when we don't know what the kit of C-3PO is, and his Ewoks are so far behind. He has 2 that are 7-star, 1 6-star, 3 of them at 5-star, and 1 of them at 4-star. Like the C-3PO with Chewie stuff is fine if you want to work on it, but honestly, I wouldn't work on their gear. You're gonna have a hard time unless you're spending money to get these characters to 7-star in time for C-3PO. And your gear is, unless you have a bunch of Carbanti saved up, you're not in a great position for a 7-star C-3PO. So this is one of those things where you're getting a little bit distracted by the new shiny, and I know he's a golden god, so he's like the epitome of shiny, but you should wait in order to invest this much in your Ewoks right now. You have a lot of other stuff that you can work on that would help your overall roster. Ewok Elder is not one of them. Your Night Sisters will serve you so much better. You have a Gear 10 Han Solo that has a Zeta. You need to get him to Gear 12 with a bayonet in order to really make him useful. I think we need to make sure, and Faymok, you can tell me if I'm off here, but it does look like you got distracted by the shiny.
Well,
okay, so he said Ewok Elder has been Gear 12 since the spring. So I don't know why you worked on the character.
It is. We all have that.
Should we talk about
your Savage Press?
Yeah, I didn't. He's still not Gear 12.
I know, but I'm saying he's your.
Yeah, he's my vanity character. He was actually good for a little while, and then that went away.
I'm sure there's reasons, but
But he also worked heavily on clones, for example. So that's a Gear 12 Zeta Cody, a Gear 12 Clone Sergeant.
That's not I've never seen before. I mean, back before.
It isn't, but his roster is 2.3 million. I don't think we have to make sure that your roster is focused on the best long-term stuff. Clones is not a good long-term.
No more clones. No more clones. What's up, Rex? Rex, I can see.
Rex is fine. And he has him at Gear 12.
No more
I
other
think we
clones.
just need to keep you a little more focused.
Yeah, I think you need to be farming Nihilus. Stick with that. You need to stick with Scion. Stick with that as part of your Sith. The rest of the Sith I could care less about. Trooper maybe eventually down the line.
Don't forget, Faymok, there's like a 30-second delay between when you hear me say something and then when I can see your comments. So I am watching your comments in chat. So
Sith. Now the other thing that it's interesting is he does have a pretty good, decent shot at Rebels because he does have old Chewbacca. Let me look at his overall Rebel.
But his Han is Gear 10 without a bayonet.
I know.
So I mean, he has a Zeta, but he's Gear 10, so that has to go up.
He's got the Zeta. We just got to get him to 12. And Chewie at 5 stars at 6. It's Gear
Chewie
11.
at Gear 11, Zeta 5 stars.
With Loyal Friend,
the Han Solo.
That's fine. But a really solid team combination you can use and have much more higher success rate with is CLS, Han, Chewbacca, and then. There's a lot of different ways you can go with PvP with that team. Throw in an R2, throw in an old Ben, really solid team. You can go General Kenobi with that. It becomes a pain in the ass because R2 stealths the hell out of everybody. Usually Kenobi's left out there, and he can take some hits if you got him geared. And meanwhile, your CLS, Han, and Chewie are just going, wee, just melting people. It's a possibility. If you're going to go PvP, you have to have a team that makes sense. The team that you have right now doesn't synergize, doesn't make sense, does not complement one another. If you look at CLS, Han, and Chewie, it works so well because they just hit so hard together. I can't put it into any other terms. So if you're going to go with the theme, go Sith. add a Nest or a Thrawn. I mean, you could do that. You could go Palpatine, I don't mind Vader, Nihilus, Scion, and Thrawn. It's a solid team. It works well. Dark side. Or you can go light side.
But he doesn't have Scion. And
I
his
know,
Nihilus
but
is
that's
gear
something
9.
he
That's
can
what
work
it's,
toward. I'm just saying that this is
yeah.
kind of the thinking you have to have. You know, it's not. I mean, if you could just take your top 5 best characters and just throw them in arena, and you know, you'd see Traya, Revan, down the line. That's what people would be running, but it doesn't quite work that way. There's a reason that certain teams, especially with the way the direction CG has gone with the synergy, they get bonuses, they complement one another. That's why we kind of have you generally stick with a certain group of characters that you use, because they get bonuses and help one another. So PvP, what are we thinking, Finn? I mean, Sith are not ready. Rebels are a lot more ready. Maybe let me look at this Jedi. Let's see. Nope.
I'm trying to think of the best squad for him right now, because
I'm thinking Rebels.
When I'm looking, I'm seeing like little gaps of characters that need some work in order to finalize the team. I mean, honestly, I think his best benefit would be from a Night Sister squad. I think a Night Sister squad would solve a lot of his problems based on what he's facing on his arena shard. The question is his Night Sisters aren't there, right? So how do we do that? And so
no, that's not gonna. It's not. No, not even close, man. Talzin's not.
No, I know they're like level 1. They're like level 1 gear 1 stuff. So he should work on his Night Sister.
Well, you should. I mean, you know, they're not hard to farm. You can get them pretty quickly. I mean, zombies a pain in the ass, but that's in any hard node farm, as you sure you know, is a pain in the ass. What's bounty hunters look like? But he could go the CLS team with Thrawn and General Kenobi and do pretty well with that. I mean, bounty hunters aren't bad. Still need work. We got to get you focused in on. So we're going to start picking a team, and you're just going to work on it. And certain characters. 3 characters. First party, Han, 12, Bayonet.
Yeah. Let's get his Rebels going, because I think Rebels is the way for him to go right now with the arena.
So your lineup should be CLS, Chewbacca, Han, with Thrawn, and damn, I forgot to look at his General Kenobi. Crap in a basket, or just your best tank. If you can go old Ben, Kenobi, go Kenobi. I think he was 5-star. I think he's working on it. But even a 5-star Kenobi,
his old Ben is gear 10. His Kenobi is 5-star gear 8.
So pick one, get him to gear 11. Use that on your team. Old Ben's fine too. He synergizes with the Rebels, so he could be a possibility. I like General Kenobi a little bit better, but it's up to you, whichever one you want. So let's round out your Rebels. Go ahead and start.
I might even drop the tank altogether.
You could do that.
I would just go straight R2, but you would have to make sure that you have your health and protection set up correctly. So if you can get the loyal friend on CLS and everything, I think R2 is fine, and then you put the stealth on CLS, and he just keeps on counterattacking.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go with a very offensive-based team with CLS, Han, Chewie, Thrawn, and R2. You could go with the tank as well. So I think that's the way we'd be looking.
Characters you need to finish. I hope you're farming Hermit Yoda or Wampa out of the Guild event store. You should not be buying anything else out of there other than one of those characters, and I would recommend Hermit Yoda to 7-star as quickly as possible. Keep farming Boss. That's a hard node farm. Keep farming Nihilus. Same thing. Keep farming Scion. Those are 3 characters you need to be farming. They need to be added to your repertoire. One boss so you can finish up your Chewbacca event. And then the other 2, because eventually we want to go to Sith. We're going to unlock Traya. Keep getting your shards for Kenobi out of the Sith or the Heroic AAT raid. Keep working on your Traya shards. And then let's pick a team that you can easily get out of the store and things of that nature. Night Sisters are a team you should work on. Now, if you're working on Ewoks right now for the event, I didn't look at your Ewoks. Let's look at those real quick, see where you're at.
What about his Lobot?
Grim, you're on a timeout.
So he's asking if there's anything that can hold his rank without, and then he says he's farming Wampa. He's 30 shards from the unlock.
Then go ahead and finish that unlock, but then go to Hermit Yoda.
Yeah. He says 14 shards from 7-star GK. Okay, so why is yours showing? So did you just not up his stars from 5 to 6? Okay.
Ewoks. Well, you unlock C-3PO. I don't think you're going to get a...
He's going to unlock, like the 5-star. He's too far away from 7-star, and then the gear is also...
Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about Ewoks at this time. You're not... If the event's coming out where we think it is, I wouldn't worry about it.
Look, how is your guild moving towards Heroic Sith right now, by the way, Faemon? Because that also... I really want him to start working on his Night Sisters. His Night Sisters would round out his roster really well. But there's a gap right now without his Night Sisters, and that hurts his Heroic Sith chances. He loses a counter to a lot of the teams that he's facing in Arena. Like, Night Sisters could beat every team that he's mentioning right now that he's facing. Because Night Sisters can beat other Night Sisters. Night Sisters can beat Bastila pretty easily. Night Sisters can beat Palpatine teams. Night Sisters would be his solution to all of this, and they are one of the best factions right now in the game.
Well, that's the team he's going to farm for.
Yeah. I think you need to work on it, not to mention the fact that you get the extra Zetas, too, once you get Talzin to 7-star. Okay, he said it took us a week to clear Tier 6 Sith raid last time, so they're not close.
Eventually you'll get there.
Yeah. Now, I would try to make sure that you're working towards your Sith teams as well. So I saw your BB-8, but I didn't see Jedi Training Rey. So let me see where you are with your vet farming. So your veteran Han is 5-star. Your veteran Chewie is 5-star.
All right.
I mean, all of these things I would consider higher priority than Ewoks. You have a lot of other more important things to focus on.
We got to get JTR. Now, he's got BB-8. He's got R2.
He has BB-8. But he doesn't have...
You know what? It might be better for him to focus on getting freaking Revan than JTR. I mean, if he's got that far to go on those heroic characters, out of all of them, Revan's the best one.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate to say it, but
Old Republic.
It's not.
His Old Republic are even farther, though.
Well, you got to start with
They're all 3
Okay,
stars,
so here's
so
the thing. He's not close for JTR. Scavenger Ray is 4-star.
Well,
Finn is 5. The vets, I mean, we're not even.
And he'll also get additional teams out of farming the Revan group.
Well, if you go for okay, I have to rethink this again. So
yeah.
Okay, so
first off, I think we agree. Ewoks need to stop. There are other priorities in his roster before Ewoks.
Yeah, you're not.
So I know C-3PO is a new shiny, but I would just forget about Ewoks right now.
You'll be able to unlock him. He'll be useful at unlock, just like Chewbacca, more than likely. So don't worry about 7-starring him.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a nice character, but he's not going to be game changing. Okay. So we have some. So we need to finish up Boss so we can finish up Chewbacca. That's one of the characters. We have Revan and we have JTR that we need to work on towards. So
and Night Sisters just as a faction. I think those 4.
I'd rather have.
I think Jedi Training Rey or Revan should be priority over. Well, how close are his bounty hunters?
He just needs Bosk, really, to keep farming Bosk, get the Zeta on him. He's got some decent bounty hunters.
Okay, and then he can. Okay.
So yeah. Bosk is in.
Just keep on farming.
Yeah, Bosk is in the mix.
Okay, so that's one farm that he should finish. If Bosk. Okay, so that's done.
That's done for Chewie. We're gonna unlock 3PO, 5-star. That's fine. Don't have to worry about anything for Ewoks. When the event comes back around... It may need a little
bit of gear, but that's it.
Yeah. Comes back around, you can get it 7-star next time. Characters you need to work on. Throw everything out. Scav Ray, Finn. Okay.
Well, are we going that route? Or are we focusing
he's closer
on
JTR. I mean, I looked at his Old Republic. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah, no, they're all 3-star, basically just unlocked from the event.
But he can be working on both. It's not like he's limited to just, well, let me think about this.
He needs to get a little bit higher in arena, so he has the crystals to do the 3 energies consistently. That's going to be one of the things we have to make sure that he gets higher in arena. 183 is a little bit too low.
I think with the CLS team that we recommended and stuff that he'll do much better. Old Republic. I mean, they're all 3 stars, 50. They haven't been. I don't know if he's.
They haven't been touched. He's closer to Jedi Training Ray.
Yeah, he's already started the path. I think Zeta Finn is a great character. Scav Ray's great on the team. JTR will help him when they get to the Heroic Sith. But he can be working on it's 11 crystals. So we do want to work on Bosk. Ray comes out of the store.
He said it is enough to 4-star his Old Republic just to promote. And Leonardo, we answered the questions at the end. We're finishing the roster review first, and then we'll get to all of the questions. No worries.
Yep, no worry. We scoop them all up. As long as you put a question in front of your statement, we got you. We got you, homie. Boy. Pick one. I mean, if you're gonna go all in. I've said it once. I've said it a million times. You pick one, you go all in, and you don't stop. You do get Basla and Jolie out of there with Revan.
I like Mission and Zalbar too. I mean, they're all
T3 is amazing too. So you know what? Let's go for.
Well,
Revan
that's why
first.
I was saying, it might be more worthwhile for him to go for Revan because he gets a lot of really good characters out of that farm.
More with PvP. Yeah, let's go with Revan. Let's put Old Republic in the mix for your farm. Throw in a boss to finish up that.
Let me check something because I want to see when we're expecting the Ray event to come back because we know Revan is coming. I think we did, so that means it'll be another 3 months, right? We probably have another 3 months in order to get Revan, and I don't know if you'll be able to finish all 5 characters in 3 months. It'll be pretty tight.
So. I think he can do it. Because
he might be able to, but that's why I want to see when exactly we had
right. So with the energy,
Ray event.
Yeah, with the energy he gets, right? Just from not refreshes, but just normal, payout. 50 energy refresh.
That was in October.
Then Ray's he's up.
So that means either next month or it means either January or February. Actually, exactly 1 month from now.
Yeah,
January 11th would be the first day that is possible.
Dude, 30 days JTR.
Well, he has a lot of it already worked on, right? And they're all
Ray's only 4 stars. God, Finn's 5-star. What are the Viagra brothers?
He'd be risking having to spend real life cash on that farm, though, to try and get it in that short amount of time.
No matter what, I think he's going to end up risking that if he wants it the next time around, whether it's Jedi Training Ray or Revan.
Let's pick one. We're sitting here.
Whichever one. Faymok, you tell us which one you want.
Yeah,
would you
whichever
rather
one
have
you
Jedi
want,
Training
then
Ray
you
or
just
Revan?
go in.
You're about the same position.
If you want Revan, great. Go for it. If you want JTR, you're kind of in the same boat no matter what. But irregardless, once you pick it, you are stuck with it. I will be very upset with you, my friend, if you start it and then go keep chasing shinies.
He said he wants to go after Revan. There we go.
There we go.
Farm your Old Republic.
There we go.
Your
awesome.
focus is now Old Republic. Forget the Ewoks.
Forget the Ewoks. The only other character you're mixing in is Bosk because you want 7-star Chewie.
And if you have anything left over, like for regular energy or whatever, then you can go ahead and work on your Jedi Training Ray characters, like Scavenger Ray with your extra energy.
Well, she comes in the store.
Bosk and Old Republic.
She comes in the store, so you can be working on her at the same time.
So does Finn. So you get
those two right there. You can keep getting those characters from those places, and so you're still working on them. So it's not gonna. You can kind of work on both of these a little bit. More focus on the Old Republic, shards for the other two. And then once you get these guys rocking and rolling, we get Revan, then go back in, finish. My opinion, it's the crappiest cantina farm in the history of mankind, the Viagra brothers. But you got to do it eventually if you want the characters. So,
So that also then potentially helps him as well with a different team. So if you are going to be working on the Old Republic, right, you may want to gear up Bastila, Jolee, and General Kenobi. And you could then start to run your arena team of Bastila, Grandmaster Yoda, Ezra, Jolee, and General Kenobi.
Yep.
So you have now another arena team that should do against Emperor Palpatine teams. Bastila lead kills it. The tenacity up just makes it so Emperor Palpatine lead is basically worthless.
Yeah.
So you have a team now, and same thing with Night Sisters. It becomes ridiculously hard to nail down any of the plagues. So if you want to move towards that direction, start gearing up your Bastila, your Jolee, and your Kenobi, and now that solves your arena team as well.
Yep.
Actually, he didn't want to promote Old Republic because he wanted to keep his GP low. That's fine if you don't want to promote them. Collect the shards and then make sure that you do level up Bastila and Jolee though, because they can be your actual arena team moving forward.
What were you going to say, Grim?
One thing I've been noticing, like in my shard, the Bastila teams do not do very well against the CLS, Chewie, OG Han teams.
Well,
they do not. But that's the rock, paper, scissors, man. Rock, paper, scissors kind of.
Yeah, but once he gets Revan and those characters are already done since he worked on them, again, once you finish up Wampa, immediately go all in on Hermit Yoda. And that, it's the reason why it's meta. And so it'll be a great team for you for Heroic Sith. Yeah, I think this is a good way to go. So I think we've laid out everything he needs to be farming. So we made a decision on characters.
I'm glad we did the fleet first.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's making a good decision going for
I think so too.
Just remember, you have to stay focused with what you're going to do. I think I don't know how long you switched off of whatever your farm was, because I know you said I think you said October you were farming Jedi Training Ray stuff, and now you started working on Ewoks. That's just going to get you a bunch of different squads that are half complete. Right. You need to make sure that you stay focused with something, and if you change it, there needs to be a super reason why. So if you were farming Jedi Training Ray, for example, and then Revan came out and you switched to Old Republic, that makes sense because Revan is kind of a game-breaking character right now. So if you're doing it that way, then remember, you have to have a reason for it. C-3PO, we don't have the kit. The characters of the Ewoks are decent on territory war offense, but otherwise they're fairly restrictive on where they can be used, right? So you need to stay on target. You're going to spread yourself way too thin if you continue to kind of keep on shifting every time they release something new, because they release something new all the freaking time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so he said he was farming Old Republic all the way until C-3PO was announced. Continue with your Old Republic.
Yeah.
Just continue with your Old Republic. C-3PO is not a reason. Would you rather have C-3PO or would you rather have Revan? Ask yourself that question.
Right.
If your answer is C-3PO without a kit, then we have other things to discuss.
Yeah.
You'll go home and rethink your life.
So right now, Revan is the character that you need to make sure you chase and just continue working on that. Now, the benefit for you with all of this, one, Revan is really good in the Sith raid. So once you get Revan, you should be able to help your guild with that as you guys are getting closer. Now, you're 77 million, so obviously you still have a little bit of time left before you can get there, but Revan will help. Another thing is Bastila and your Jedi can also be good teams in the Heroic Sith. So you can continue with that as well, right? So you're doing kind of dual purposes here. Mission and Zalbar is a really nasty combo to use on defense in territory wars, because depending on who you're facing and based at your guild level, some of them will not be expecting the damage that Mission does if you have her modded correctly. And Mission can hit like a truck. She can knock people out a lot. So, and that's even without like all the extra Zetas and stuff. Zetas just kind of add onto a lot of stuff. So you're better off focusing on Old Republic. Just stick with it. You've done a good job with your roster right now. We're obviously at the point where we're trying to fill gaps, right? Because you're getting into the higher level content. And so that's why we kind of nitpick on some of the little things. Like you have a Gear 10 Han Solo that needs to get to Gear 12 with a bayonet. That makes him very effective. And then certain squads that you need to make sure that you're moving towards Old Republic for Revan, Night Sisters as a general one, finish your boss to get a 7-star Chewie, your Jedi training Rey stuff, right? So you've done a good job collecting so far. Now just start to like focus on particular ones and finish it. Don't keep getting distracted. All right.
All right.
Did we answer and criticize enough, Mark?
Well, it's constructive criticism, you know.
If you have any other questions, then let us know. I hope we covered everything you were looking for. As you work on these things, it'll help with your arena too. So
yeah, and if you feel the need to switch, please just message us. We'll tell you whether you should or not.
Yeah,
you know. But let's keep you on target. And I really think this will really help you in the long term, Faymock, because there's, you've Finn brought it up. You've fallen for the classic old bait and switch here, where you see you're working hard on something, you stop, you go for the next shiny, then you're like, oh, another piece of candy, oh, another piece of candy, and you didn't finish what you started there. It sucks because you kind of it's monotonous, and you're just like, oh, God.
They've made some of the new things actually shiny. Just to point that out,
very, very shiny. But you have
the 6E mod mats are actually like shiny orange and yellow. Then you had the Gear 12 plus pieces, right? All yellow and golden. Now you have the Golden God coming in, like the definition of shiny. They are literally distracting you with shiny shinies.
Shiny and chrome.
All right. Okay. So yeah, if you have any other questions, you know where to find us, Faymock. You can just message me or any of the people here, and we'll be glad to help you out. But just so he said, what's the final decision on the arena team to hold rank again? So for now, right, the team that I think would give you the best option is CLS, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Thrawn, and R2. If you work on your General Kenobi, if you get him to, you said you're getting him to 7-star soon, so 7-star and gear him up, he can be a good replacement for R2 on that team. Otherwise, that would be your team. But you need to get your Han Solo to gear 12 with the bayonet. He's one of the few characters you really need to get to gear 12. Most of the characters, you're just aiming for gear 11. So your Chewie, gear 11, he can stay there. You don't have to push him any further. Your R2 is at gear 8. He might want some gear as well if you're going to use him. But he stealths, so he may be a little bit okay there. If you have issues, put in Old Ben until you get Kenobi worked out. But I think Rebels is your best choice right now, until you start working on your Old Republic, specifically Jolee and Bastila, and then you can switch to a Jedi team. And I think your Jedi team will end up being your much better option than your Rebel teams for the teams that you're facing. In particular, your Palpatine and your Night Sister teams that you're facing, your Bastila team should do a lot better.
All right. And you know where to find us if you have any more questions. And if you'd like a roster review, all you need to do is send your GG page to Dr. Finn. Make sure he responds, and we will add you to the queue. All right. Okay, we're going to do the news.
Dude, should we postpone this one more day? I don't mind postponing it one more day. We can do it tomorrow because we're already at like 48 past, so we can start answering. Sanely, do we have a lot of questions?
That sounds like we do.
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
right,
so let's save the news until tomorrow. We'll delay it one more day. Okay. We have everything ready this time. There's no technical things, but we'll delay it until tomorrow, so we can answer questions.
That's right.
All right.
Darth Hideous question. I need 108 more shards of Bosk by the 26th. What the damn it, Finn?
Good job, Finn.
Really? This is how we're starting out questions?
Yep.
We stopped that for Hideous's questions?
Stupid ass Finn.
All right, next question.
Sorry, Hideous.
Okay.
I gotta take that back. Sorry, Finn. That one was uncalled for. Hideous, you suck. Get your ass in gear and start farming.
Yeah, you need to get 7.2 shards a day.
It's called crystal refreshes. Use them.
Oh my god, I love bananas. Question.
Oh my god, I love bananas is back. Oh my god, where have you been?
I love bananas. He tags me every now and then in his Discord, so I definitely come by and say hi.
The answer is yes, please.
Bastard, where have you been?
I like bananas. I like bananas. I like bananas. Look at me. Wow. I like bananas. I like bananas.
Are you gonna do the whole
next question?
Damn song. Thank you.
Doya-san, question: is everyone else watching the Chirpa Zeta climb? It's at 18,000 from 8,800 last week. Also, will you Zeta Chirpa lead if you haven't yet?
I already did.
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
I did, but we've cautioned people about this, and we'll remind people because it was relevant also with the roster review we just did, right? Don't gear anything without knowing what we're gonna get, right?
Yeah, let us do that.
Yeah, I can tell you the reason why I continue to gear my Ewoks and why I put a Zeta on Chirpa is because I decided that the next faction that I'm going to work on are my Ewoks. So regardless of whether or not C-3PO is good or bad, I plan on finishing all of my Ewoks to Gear 11. And I plan on using them as an offensive team in Territory Wars. So because I chose them as my next faction, that is why I am working on it. If you are not fully invested in your Ewoks, if you are not willing to say, well, C-3PO sucks, he's worse than Cup, so I don't really need him, then don't, if that scenario comes, and then you don't want to work on your Ewoks, well, don't work on your Ewoks now. Wait until we get a kit. Until we know his kit, there's no reason for you to do that. So please wait to gear unless you plan on finishing off your Ewoks regardless of what C-3PO's kit is. We can't emphasize that enough. So I have noticed the climb, Doja-san, and I do appreciate you actually giving us kind of the rundown of it,
nice.
And tracking it. Because it does help to see it, and we try to cover the Zeta report and everything as well. But yeah, just please.
Listen, we all know I'm gonna. Now, see, I had ulterior motives for gearing up my Ewoks, and that is that I know I'm gonna be in front of like thousands of people watching the stream when I go for it, and I don't want to be as miserable as I've been before, and so.
Well, you already have JTR and Revan and
I have it's like I don't have Revan, but I mean I'm working on Republic.
You're almost there.
Yeah, they're almost done. But for me, it's like I had already had Ewoks starred in Gear 8, 9. Mainly, I've done that for the event, right? Whatever for the Zetas and things of that nature. And I left them there, but really for me, it was just a gear thing, and I have plenty of Zetas. Putting a Zeta on Chirp is no problem. So let me be the ping factor for you, so you can get a sense of what you really need to do, and then let all Rangers suffer, and then you can just go in and clear it and be like, haha, I did it with one shot, Ranger. Great. All right. Next question, Stanley? Did we lose Stanley?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Doya-san, question: if I am only 10 shards from 7-star Old Republic tunes for the next time Jevin comes, should I just pause and focus on Ewok gear and bounty hunter ships, or just finish the Old Republic tunes up before I move on?
I'm kind of a stickler for finishing what you started, but if you stopped with only 10 shards, I think he'd be fine. Yes, no, maybe so. No, just finish them. I mean, it's only 10 shards. So just go get them, and then 2 or 3 days from now, you can go start on whatever you want, what you just mentioned.
Well, I mean, like you said, it's 10 shards, and I mean, the event's right around the corner. Plus, if there's a OT Millennium Falcon coming around, the bounty hunter ships are all hard nodes. And what was it? I believe it was good old Maurice pointed out the other day. The IG-2000, it's on a 16 energy hard node ship, so as long as you're close to finishing Houndstooth and you already have Slave 1 done, you'll have 3 of the bounty hunter ships if you hard farm IG-2000, and you could get a little closer to that event depending on what stars you're at. And I mean, I'm double refreshing Xanadu Blood, and I'm double refreshing the IG-2000 right now, so it's a big speculation with the bounty hunter ship, but I'd say you could put them down and it wouldn't hurt you because the Revan event's a week long, plus they'll announce it ahead of time. So,
Nick Merck, question: when will we get a Porg meta? Right before they close down the servers.
Was that your answer, Sanely?
Yeah, that was my answer.
When they close down the servers will be when they do the Jar Jar meta.
Oh, man.
We already know CG Carey hates Porg because she allowed for a guild to be created called Murder of Porgs. I just want to throw that out there.
And that's why Carey is freaking awesome. Well, one of the reasons.
Well, luckily, I think I believe there is a power struggle because I believe John Solera likes Porgs and Ewoks just like me. So there we go. I love Carrie, but I think I have to side with John Solera on this one. I'm going to throw that out there. Part 4, next question. Isra
Flex Gaming. Question, is today finally the day we get 3PO kit? Seems a little late if the event is Friday.
It's not. They've given us about 2 days notice before a kit. So actually, I would expect it either today or tomorrow. I'd be surprised if it was later than tomorrow. But I think tomorrow would be the last day. But
I agree. There's nothing really stopping them from dropping a kit reveal on a Friday or Saturday.
But they have given us notice before, is the only thing I'm saying, right? Which is, they've at least given us like 2 days notice before legendary events, I think, with these. I don't think it's necessarily... I don't think they're going to give it to us the day before or the day of. I feel like tomorrow would be the last day that we would look for before we go like, oh god, this is a lot later, something is wrong type of thing. Which is what happened with, what was it? Was it Revan? One of the kits recently, or Chewie or something. One of the kits they released, they basically told us, yeah, we're still finalizing it. It was Revan. That they're still finalizing the kit and didn't give us the details until really close to the end, but it still came out on time. So,
well, it probably took him a month to write the whole description of his leadership ability.
Yeah. Revan was one that was delayed, and everyone was like, "What the hell is going on? The character's not even ready. Why are they releasing it?" Like, so I think this one we would expect by tomorrow at the latest.
Doyason, question for Ranger: how do you drink your coffee? Black, parentheses, the only way. Cream, sugar, caramel, cappuccino, French press, etc.
Oh, I'm a little foo-foo with my coffee. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I drink really strong coffee, but I like two spoons of sugar, and then I've got those whatever those creamers are. I just like a little bit of sweetness in the coffee that counteract because I use really strong espresso coffee, so I like to cut it with something. And I don't know. I don't.
What color is your coffee by the time you're done?
It's like a pinkish red color, with hints of unicorn. I'm just saying.
He flavors it with the blood of his enemies.
Maybe I put too much sugar in here.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm hallucinating. Godzilla's looking at me right now through the cup. But yeah, I like cream and sugar in mine. But not a lot. I just like to mix the taste. I mean, I've had coffee in the past. There are some cups that do just like straight black. But espresso's not one of them. Espresso's too strong. But there are some other coffees out there, that I've had. Especially the better the quality of the bean, the better it tastes. So you kind of do want to drink it, straight up. But some you're like, no. I need something to cut this with.
Yeah, some of the coffees where it tastes like it would taste better if you were to lick the bottom of your shoe.
Yeah. Like they used to say in the army, it looks like muddy water and tastes like turpentine. Okay.
Nathaniel Morgan, question: did Ranger get T-Money G to smuggle him some maple syrup to sweeten his coffee?
No, and I would never, ever do that. Ever.
Now that you mention it, though, that does sound pretty intriguing.
No, it doesn't, Finn. Don't you
using maple syrup?
Don't you be tempted by those Canadian communists, Finn.
I don't know if that would taste very good.
I don't know. Now I'm intrigued. I feel like I need to try Canadian coffee. I'm going to call that Canadian coffee from now on. Okay. I feel like we need to try it.
Finn, I want your American card right now.
Alright, next question.
Well, Canadian coffee is just a nice warm cup of maple syrup.
Pretty much.
With a side of Canadian bacon.
There you go.
Oh, well then, hell yeah, I want some Canadian coffee.
I figured you would.
Diabetes. Star Rocks 923 Lego. Question: how many knots could a piglet not knot if a piglet could not knot knots? Hashtag I blame Finn. Hashtag and Ranger 2. Hashtag Xylo takedown for life.
Hashtag next question.
Well said, Finn. That's the first time we've ever used that I'm like, yeah. You can just lick my ass.
Hey, Xylo's getting some hype now. I like it.
What? Put on The Apprentice. I'm sick of you. Yeah, where's The Apprentice? What's he up to? I guess.
He's just chilling right now.
He's just chilling.
I'm about to start getting ready for work. So
that's right, apprentice. I want 4 throws of your father against the wall today. Do it.
Hi. Next question.
Sith Lord 72 question: have Scout Chirpa and Elder Gear 12, Paplu Gear 11, and Tebow Gear 9. Do you think I'll get C-3PO 7 stars? Have a Zeta save for Chirpa if needed. Have no Wicket or Logray.
No.
You don't know that.
I don't think. Well, he's asking what we think, right? I don't think if you're under Gear 11 with your Ewoks, you're going to get it. Forget about the Zeta. I'm not even mentioning the Zeta aspect. If you're below Gear 11, I don't think you're going to be able to do it. Unless you get some crazy RNG and you do like 50,000 attempts and one of them happens to just work out with a bunch of dodges or something. But these are common characters that have been available for a long time. They're not going to make it easy for people to get 7-star. So he mentioned Gear 7, right? And Gear 9, sanely, is that right?
But he doesn't have Wicket or Pop.
And he doesn't have Wicket.
No, he didn't say anything about that. He said Scout, Chirpa, and Elder Gear 12, Paplu Gear 11, Tebow Gear 9.
Gear 9. Okay, so it's a Gear 9. No Gear 7. Okay, so he has 3 Gear 12s, 1 Gear 11, 1 Gear 9 that he would have to bring up, but no Wicket.
Or Logray.
Or Logray.
Oh.
I can see it without Logray. I have a hard time figuring it without Wicket. Okay, if he has Gear 12, sorry, I misheard which ones were his gear levels. So with his gear levels, then yeah, he might have a chance. With 3 Gear 12s, yeah, I think you have a chance, but Wicket.
It might be tough without Wicket and Logray, though.
Well, if he has Paplu, then he could potentially taunt and protect Wicket, even though he's a lower gear. As long as his Wicket is 7-star and a lower gear, he can work on getting it just a little bit higher, and protect it as much as he can. It'll be tricky. I'll put it that way. You have a Gear 12 Paplu, which helps because now you have a taunt that can help cover for some of the issues. And when you say no Wicket, I'm hoping it's close to 7-star or something like that. So, yeah.
Of course, we also don't know what we're going to be up against in this event.
This is true.
You know,
yeah,
we'll have to see what overpowered stormtroopers they throw in the mix there or something.
Yep.
Fat Tony 99 question: is it worth it to max out Executrix's basic? I feel like I've never actually used it because there's always something else available. Well, the AI is going to use it, so you might as well.
Yeah.
Sword of the Jedi.
Sorry, good.
Go ahead.
Oh, it increased the power level too, so it's another +1 on the Executrix.
Sword of the Jedi question: I blame Finn. When is my mother effing roster review? I need to know what to do with these goddamn Ewoks. LOL.
When did we set up your? Hold on. Let me look. Let me see where you are in the queue. I can look. We have a long queue here. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Where do I have Sword of the Jedi?
Stupid Finn.
Let's see. Sword of the Jedi is there. Okay, I see where he is. And then where are we right now? Okay, we're there. So you have about 25 people ahead of you. So, yeah. Yeah. There's probably about 4 weeks out, Sword.
Leonardo Dima Kolangan. Do you think C-3PO will be part of the pilot for Falcon OG?
No.
Doubtful.
You never know, but I mean, it's highly unlikely.
Yeah. The reason I'm saying no is because we know C-3PO is going to be a legendary event, or at least something similar, right? Maybe slightly different, but legendary event based on Ewoks. We already have a legendary that pretty much will be a pilot with Chewie. So I would be surprised if they require 2 legendary pilots for 1 ship.
Now, that's entirely possible, though.
It is possible. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not putting it out of the question, but I would say no. because really and we have this issue also with the Phoenix, so I know there are some exceptions, but C-3PO wasn't really a pilot of the ship. You have a better chance of R2 being a pilot, I think, than C-3PO. But I think it's just going to be Han and Chewie.
Makes sense.
Ralph C. Question, are you seeing more Mace ship lineups? Debating if I should invest. Other capital ships are done. I have Umbaran, Plo, and HT done. Is Anakin vital?
Yeah. He really, because one thing that lineup is missing is a really heavy hitter, and Anakin ship as one of your first reinforcements and coming off the bench, it's so hard. He exposes and then he does his AOE. It's the one thing that lineup needed, and they added it. So if you're gonna go for it. If you got the other lineups done, yeah, it's a great defensive lineup, and they can do some really nice damage with Anakin ship now. But you're gonna have to focus on Anakin ship to really make it kick. It's fine without it, but it's really good with it.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of videos popping up in the community too, with people doing, beating the Geos with, 3 and 4 star Anakin in the lineup,
just nasty.
And 3 and 4 star Xanadu Blood. So it's becoming an AOE meta in ships for sure.
Well, one of the things with Anakin's is that little bit of he always gives people valor. So Mace's ship is constantly going, and Mace's capital ship hits really freaking hard with his AOE.
Jacob F. Question, what is the ability upgrade order for Chimera?
Hold on, let me look at his abilities really quick, and then I can tell
you. Well, heal first. Mm-hmm. Turn meter reduction second.
I just answered this for someone the other day, I think, too.
And maybe his insta-kill the next.
Yeah, it's the Art of War for the additional heal, and then, Strategic Dominance, which is the turn meter gain. Yep, and then the insta-kill. I agree.
Paul Morgan, question, do you start mass gear farming if you have unlocked all but 3 characters? I am at the point of needing Gear 12 teams.
It depends on if there's a difference between unlocking and 7-starring. Does he mean he has everybody 7-star or just unlocked?
That doesn't clarify.
Yeah. Unlocking, no. 7-starring, that's fine. That's a good distinction there, Grim. Yeah. If you've unlocked all but 3, you have to 7-star them. They're not 7-star, then they're not
and
useful.
Make sure to 7-star your Hermit Yoda before you farm Gear 12 pieces out of the event store.
Right.
That's right. And your Wampa. Don't forget Wampa Wampa.
Wampa Wampa.
Wampa Wampa.
Star Rocks 923 Lego question, can you do an episode where you review RSG rosters at some point? I swear I'm not trying to pick on Grim, but I've been having lots of fun hypothesizing what he's trying to farm right now.
Oh, Jesus.
We could. You know what? I wonder. We do have a gap in the stream on Saturday.
Anything's possible.
Maybe we'll do it in one of the gaps on the Saturday stream.
Oh, Jesus.
We can do that because otherwise we would be playing games. So if we feel a challenge, we could do a roster review of all of the RSG people. Have fun looking at Loki's.
Yeah, or Grandes.
I wouldn't even bother. It's like, this is the perfect roster, literally.
The RSG roster roast.
Yeah, we can definitely set that up. Oh, really quick, by the way, with the roster reviews, just to kind of clarify. So, for you guys, just to know kind of where we are with the roster reviews, so you understand, we're currently doing the roster reviews of people that have queued up around like 206, 207-ish. So that's how many roster reviews we've done at this point. We've done over 200 roster reviews. We try to do one a day, but sometimes we will double up if the queue starts to get long, and our queue has started to get long, actually. So we'll probably need to start doubling up a little bit. But we also do this on weekdays, so with the holidays coming, there's going to be a few days where we're not going to be doing a lunch stream. So we'll try and find a way to get people kind of sped up a little bit here, because we do have, currently, we're around like 207, and our queue is currently at 248. So we have like 40 people currently queued up, not scheduled. So we're going to start working through those. But just FYI, give us time, because we will do them for everyone. We might double up on some days, though. But bear with us. We'll try to get you guys quickly. We don't want to keep you guys waiting more than about 4 or 5 weeks. So usually we'll speed it up if it starts to get extended from that.
Thane Kyrell donated $2. Can we get Grimm's better half Ouchie to do it?
We could have Ouchie come on and do all of our roster reviews just to see what she thinks. That could be fun. We'll figure out something. I don't know if it'll be for Saturday because there isn't a lot of time, but we'll see what we can do.
Star Rocks 923 Lego question. Insert question text here. Very clever. Chewy question. Do you think the Chewy event will get any easier for Christmas?
Nope.
Well, easier in that you probably had better gear than the last time if you didn't pass it. You had more time. Time equals gear.
Easier as in you've watched Ranger bash his head against the keyboard for, what was it, 3 hours, 2 hours?
Yep. And then got a Zeta Bosk and it was all done.
Yeah.
Doyason question. What's more important, farming Ewok gear or bounty hunter ships?
Ooh, I'd do Ewoks over bounty hunter ships, to be honest, because we don't know for a fact that the bounty hunter ships will be used for that Millennium Falcon. We don't know. We do know that the Ewoks are used for 3PO. So
we do, but I would still farm the bounty hunter ships because the ships are more useful in fleet arena. Because
Cat's ship, yes. IG 2000 sucks.
Yeah, but then he just becomes really another bounty hunter ship. Yeah, then you have Houndstooth and Slave 1, which are always useful.
If we get Millennium Falcon, you're going to need those bounty hunter ships.
Probably. But that's, again, we're speculating a little bit. We like to what Grim said, he's right in that we know that we need Ewoks for C-3PO. The guess is bounty hunter ships for Millennium Falcon, but since we don't have any confirmation, but I would still go with bounty hunter ships.
But then again, I'm free to play too, so I prefer to go for sure things over gambling, because when you're free to play, gambling usually leaves you disappointed and depressed.
Just like one of my Saturday nights. Next question.
Star Rocks 923 Lego question. How many crystals would you recommend stockpiling for Darth Revan? Should I buy the marquee tune shards from packs, store shipments, or wait for hard nodes and refresh out the wazoo?
Okay, so this gets down to a different question, which is best use of crystals in order to get character shards. So if you want to stockpile, that's fine. The pack, we don't know if the pack is going to return, but the pack that they had out, assuming that you didn't have all of your characters at 7-star, was a really good value. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was $6.99, and you were basically minimum of 10 shards with a chance of getting like up to 330. An average was 12 or something like that. So that pack for crystals was a very good pack. If you didn't have all of your Old Republic 7-star. So if you're looking for efficiency on using your crystals, that would be your second best option. Your third best option would be to buy the crystals from the shipment. So it becomes 80 crystals per shard. So that becomes your third best option. Your best option is to refresh hard nodes. And that ends up giving you your best value for number of shards that you get per energy. But you have to make sure that you're not farming anything else. Because if you're let's assume that you're always doing your 50 energy crystals, your 50 crystal energy refreshes, right? And you're doing all 3 of them. then you're kind of distributing the price of all of your refreshes and all of that for all of your hard nodes, and it works out fine, and you can do refreshes on some of them. If you end up going to the 100, now you have to make sure you include that in the cost of your hard nodes. And so your hard nodes actually become your best value if you refresh your hard nodes now slowly with only the 25 crystal refresh. Your second best bet is your 699 pack that came out during the first Revan, but we don't know if it's going to come out the second time Revan comes out. Additionally, there is a chance where the RNG gods favor you, and you get a really nice pull, in which case then that would be better than the hard nodes. But again, that's a little bit on the gambling side. And then your worst option is to actually buy it from the store shipments. So I would say just figure out how much you want it, and I would slowly start doing your hard node refreshes now if you want to. Otherwise, save up for the 699 pack. Hope that it comes out, and if it doesn't come out, well, then you have your 80 crystals, unfortunately, left.
Question, still working on Old Republic Cantina and then Chirpa. Trying to plan out my farm for the next 6 months. What else should be on standby for the Cantina?
I don't know the rest of your roster.
Gonna be so hard.
I mean, yeah. Without knowing the rest of your roster, I don't know what it is. I'll tell you, I'm trying to finish off all of my characters in Cantina, so whatever is left is what I'm farming, starting out with pilots if they overlap, assuming they don't have another purpose. So without knowing your roster, it's kind of hard for me to say what your next stuff on Cantina is going to be. Finish your bounty hunters? You can work on Aura Singh.
All me. Question, is there a fleet counter for Xanadu, HT, Vader, and ships?
Yeah, ships with ability, or not ability block, with buff immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gauntlet Starfighter, Imperial TIE Fighter. Let's see here. Who else has buff immunity? I think that's the only two of them.
Yeah. I think those are the only two that I can think of, too. But yeah. Buff immunity
Another
and
one is Sith Fighter also works well, too, because it'll deal damage directly to Houndstooth's hit point pool and ignore its protection.
If you're using Sith Fighter...
But that's if you have Sith Fighter. A lot of people don't.
Yep. Next question.
Fat Tony 99 question, Finn, can you answer my question in the question and answers tab in Discord? It's from yesterday at 1:51 p.m. So I already found it. Is it worth trying to break up my Jedi into 2 teams for a Grand Arena? I want to, but I think a couple more need work, but can't afford the gear because gearing bounty hunters at the moment. And I got the picture that he posted in Skype.
Does he have Revan? Is the one question that I have.
It's in Skype.
He has Revan. Then no, don't try to force 2 teams. If you can get a second team, that's fine. One, your gear is kind of low on your other Jedi, so getting a second team doesn't seem likely. But the other part too, a stronger Revan team I think will help you more in Grand Arena, because a strong and fast Revan team would make it very difficult for the other team to get a clean victory on your team. So no. Focus on making your Revan team as strong as possible, especially if you're putting it on defense. The problem comes that some people save their Revan now on offense, because if they see that their opponent has Revan, then they need their Revan in order to beat it. Otherwise, they're going to stall out. So there aren't a lot of counters to Revan right now. It's pretty much either Revan or I've had good luck so far with my Traya, but it does require a lot of modding. So I would say no, don't try to force 2. I would say just try to make sure that your Revan team is strong as possible, and then determine if it's better on defense or offense.
Well, real quick too, something I like to do, if you're using, like, say, like in a territory war environment, if you're using Revan on offense and you're running Bastila on defense, a great fifth is Qui-Gon Jinn. He calls to assist, and he deals 75% more damage with the assist, plus Revan's leader on top of that, so you're dealing a lot of damage when Qui-Gon calls to assist. And then he also has the debuff, gets offense up. He's very fast already too, so a lot of people, worked on Qui-Gon Jinn. He's a great fifth in that team. Or if you're already using, again, like basketball and defense, and you've got a really well geared Jahani, you can do the double tank lineup too as well. If Bastel is not on the team, you still have Juhani and Juhani and Jolie. Plus, you'll have GK and Grandmaster Yoda too. So it'll still be a heavy hitting team and 2 taunting tanks. And again, not a lot of people have Juhani, but if you get her up to gear 11, even at 4 stars, she's still pretty fun.
Nathaniel Morgan, question: with all these targets you're giving Fimok, is he going to run around getting distracted like a certain female RSG crew member?
We did give him one.
She has done that herself.
We laid out all the things that should be top priority, but his focus is now Old Republic. Old Republic and Bosk are the first things he'll farm. The other stuff, like the Jedi training Rey characters and Night Sisters, are the ones that follow after. But Old Republic and Bosk first.
The one question: is a 5-star Chewie still viable for use or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
5-star Chewie is fine. It's more about modding with that team.
Billy Gunn, question: do you think we will get OG Falcon event this month or more likely in January?
No
idea. This month. There was something weird with the Chewie event. I don't know if you noticed the Chewie event. So it could potentially be at the beginning of January too, but here's the weird part. The Chewie event is slated to go from the 27th until I think it was like the 8th or something like that. Hold on, let me look really quick. 27th until the 8th, which is basically like 12 days, 12 or 13 days, which is more than any legendary that we have ever had. So, because of that, it's possible that part of that is going to overlap with the Millennium Falcon event, because I can't figure out a reason why this legendary is longer unless they're giving extra time for like New Year's or something like that. But even then, it seems to be way overextended from what it would have been if you just gave a couple days for New Year's or something. So I think it is coming at the either very early in January or very end of December, but I think it's going to overlap with the Chewie event that's coming up.
Chewie, question: why don't you make a Google Calendar so everyone can view where they are in the queue?
Well, the calendar won't help. So what I do, so you guys know, is when you're getting up to the top of the queue, I message you and ask you what days from Monday through Friday work for you guys. But then also we have to adjust based on our schedule, because there's some days that we are not able to do the lunch streams. There's also holidays and all other kinds of things, right? So I message you guys and ask you what day from Monday through Friday works best for you. Sometimes it's just you don't have the time, so you'll watch it recorded anyways, and I'll schedule you as soon as possible. Some people have particular days that they're off, and we'll try to schedule you on those days. So I don't do the scheduling that far ahead. We do that over time so that you guys can specify, as you know, your schedules a little bit closer and all of that to a day that works for you. And hopefully you can be in the chat and interact and all that kind of fun stuff. So that is why. Nathaniel
Morgan, question: I gambled on Smugglers and got screwed. Should I gamble on Xanadu Blood on 2000 after I finish Old Republic? Have no plans of using Xanadu Blood in Fleet.
I'm not understanding what the gambling on the Smugglers was.
In case, I guess, for the...
You mean like he was farming it, hoping for like a Han event or something like that?
Oh, goodness.
I'm not sure what the gambling... I'm assuming gambling means that you were chasing after their shards very hard, assuming there was going to be a Han event.
Right.
And if that's the case, then I would say work on Xanadu Blood. It's a good ship. I know you said you're probably not going to use it, but it is a good ship to have. And again, potentially it's going to be used for the Millennium Falcon. So I would say yes. I started working on them immediately as they came out because bounty hunter ships for your Millennium Falcon made the most sense. Given the release of all the bounty hunter ships and all of that, it all seems to make the most sense. So I started working on them immediately. I'm not going to get it to 7-star the first time and probably not even 6-star, but I should be able to hopefully get 5-star maybe with a little bit of extra effort. Or 5-star with a little extra effort.
And if you haven't used the ship yet, you'll end up using it. It's a really good ship. It hits like a truck.
And it fits well in platoons as well. Makwa question. I have Houndstooth 7 stars. I am farming Xanadu Blood. Should I go for Django or IG-2000?
IG-2000. Django unfortunately doesn't have a specific use right now. He's a good character, but he doesn't have a specific use. And speculation is that Xanadu Blood, it may be used for Millennium Falcon. It's also a really good ship and fleet, as we've been kind of mentioning. Django is a decent character, but no specific use. So I think Xanadu Blood, quality-wise, is better than Django.
Thane Kyrell question. Why don't you guys have T-Money on the streams more often? I miss trolling her. Hello?
Oh, look, I'm muted and talking. That didn't help at all. I was saying T-Money is actually on our call for the lunch hour, so it's not like we're not adding her. She's always on the call. She's just busy, though, with like the maple farming syrup, or the maple syrup farming, and all that kind of fun stuff up in good old Canada. But she knows she is welcome.
Thane Kyrell question for Finn. Have you watched the Tits T-Money movie?
Nope, not yet. That'll be like my New Year's resolution. I'll tell you right now. I've actually been looking for it. So I've gone to Walmart 2 days in the past 2 weeks. And I've looked for it in the bin, like the little cheap DVD bin, to see if I could get it on sale. It's not there yet. I guess people like the movie, so I'll have to watch it.
Thane Kyrell question for Finn. Do you remember what the requirements for getting Chimera? Asking for a friend.
God, why? No, Thane, I do not. And apparently CG doesn't either, because they keep on freaking changing it. God damn it.
Nothing makes Finn angrier.
Bye. All right. Is that it? Do we have more questions?
No, that's all the questions.
Hooray!
Hey guys, we did a good job. We worked together. Got through. Finn, let's talk about this ACS stuff.
All right. So on this Saturday, we will be doing a 12-hour stream starting at 8 a.m. and we will be raising money for the American Cancer Society. Now, we will be having some people from the American Cancer Society on as well. So if you guys have any questions regarding, not only we'll have Jedi Academy at 10 a.m. like normal, but we'll also be taking, if you guys have questions about cancer or that kind of stuff, we'll try to have somebody from the ACS available and they can answer those questions for you. So it's going to be kind of an open Q&A for Jedi Academy. We'll also be playing a lot of different games, and we've added most of the ones that we have finalized right now to the schedule. And so at 8 a.m. we'll be playing a game called I Hope, which is a game that you can buy off of Steam and actually benefits cancer research. It goes to a hospital, I believe. It's a charity that helps children that are suffering with cancer with their hospital bills and all that kind of stuff. So it's a game designed to be uplifting about situations of cancer. And so we'll be playing that kind of for the first 2 hours before we get to Jedi Academy. We'll also be playing Ultimate Chicken Horse. And that's a Steam PC game, by the way. And for anybody that plays, please let me know. I'm trying to put together a group, and we will have some special people playing as well. So you guys
can... on sale. It's on sale at Green Man Gaming for 46% off right now.
Oh, well, there you go. So if you guys want to play, are you going to get it, Sanely?
I already bought it.
Oh, hooray! Okay. So if you guys want to play Ultimate Chicken Horse, let us know. So we have at least that group together now. So we'll have that. And we'll have some special guests, so make sure that you do join us for that. I think it'll be pretty fun. They are names that I think people in this chat will recognize. Hint, hint. We'll also be doing Dungeons and Dragons at 5 p.m. And for that, we will actually have things up on Tiltify where you guys can purchase things in order to either attempt to get us killed Or if you feel nice enough, you can help us stay alive with some different buffs and that kind of stuff. So we're going to have some stuff there that you guys can purchase, and Ranger will introduce that into the campaign as they are being purchased. So we'll have that. We also have some new things that are added at challenges. One of the old rewards that's still up there, if you guys haven't, you can buy your official Stu Strong RSG wristband in order to help with the campaign. It'll be $15. All the money, again, goes to the American Cancer Society through Tiltify. And that one will just be a limited time, limited quantity type thing to commemorate the overall partnership with RSG and the American Cancer Society, as well as the Stu Strong. If you saw Twitter, Miss Carrie, CG Carrie herself, did post a picture of her wearing the Stu Strong wristband. So it is a pretty cool wristband. I do like it. So you guys can go ahead and buy those, and we'll mail those out to you as well. The new stuff that we added, there is a raffle that you guys can purchase for a drawing done by Silverbolt. You can see it in the description of the reward, but it is an original Silverbolt drawing of Darth Nihilus. And you can kind of see the picture if you go into the rewards page. There is the little RSG watermarks and stuff on it. But yeah.
I don't know about this. Holy balls, I'm going there right now. Where is this? I need to see this. You guys got to keep posting about this crap, damn it, Finn.
Yeah. You want the link? And you want to show everyone? I'll put it in Skype.
Yeah, I want the damn link, you son of a...
So if you go to the rewards, there's the official Silverbolt drawing of Darth Nihilus, and it looks awesome. I have to say, it just looks awesome. So
everything Silverbolt draws is freaking awesome.
I agree. So if you do that, then you can go ahead and get a raffle ticket for that drawing by Silverbolt, and we'll draw that at the end of the night on Saturday. So if you guys want that, $5, each $5 is a raffle ticket, raffle entry into that drawing. We've also added a challenge where if you guys are interested in us doing another 12-hour stream, there is a challenge where it will be for 12 hours on Sunday. So 12 hours on Sunday, we will do it if you fill out the challenge for us to do the additional stream. So that is there as well. I see Rangers bringing up the Silverbolt drawing. Is that not awesome?
I can see it.
Okay, there's awesome, and then there's this drawing. This is freaking epic, dude. Wow, Silverbolt. That's wow.
Why can't I?
If you just open the reward, like if you click on it, it should open up the reward page for you to attempt to donate, and then you'll see the picture on the left.
Well, I can see it, but it's covered up by the...
Click on it.
You can't click on it. You can just donate.
Yeah, if you click on it and donate on the left, it should show.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah. See?
Wow.
That's cool.
Awesome. So we have the challenge for an additional 12 hours. Now, we also have things that we're giving away during the milestones. Now, we have something that we are going to give away at every 1,500 that we've gained. And so we do have one that we're going to do right at the beginning of the stream on Saturday. So we have actual items from the American Cancer Society. They have given us some things like t-shirts, some water bottles, a gym bag, a bunch of stuff, and we're going to be giving those away at the 1,500 mark of for each little tick mark there. So you'll see the milestones all listed there. We'll have a wheel set up that will roll and give away one of those prizes to one lucky person. And so if you donated up until that milestone, you will be eligible for that particular prize.
How come the lightsaber's not on here?
The lightsaber is. The lightsaber is the 15,000 milestone. Woohoo!
But where's it?
It's there. It's the last dot on the scale on the main page. So if you look on the main page, there's little dots that show you for all of them. And if we hit 15,000, we are going to give away that lightsaber that Loki was fawning over. It is the one made by Sword of the Jedi. It is freaking spectacular.
Well, we need to put a picture or something on there. You know.
We can't do that. I'm going to put it on our RSG website. They added limitations on Tiltify from the last time we did this.
Oh.
So So there is going to be the giveaway of the lightsaber, and we're going to put some information on the RSG website about the lightsaber. But it is a lightsaber machine made by Sword of the Jedi. It is a Mara Jade lightsaber. It is so awesome that Loki was fawning over it. How do you get a chance to get that lightsaber? Well, you just donate through Tiltify.
Mm-hmm.
You can donate
I get
to
tiltified.
You can give it to the reward. You can go through the poll. You can go through the challenge. Have fun with your donation, and every dollar, regardless of where you put it, every dollar that you donate to the American Cancer Society through Tiltify will count as one entry into the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
It is that simple. So you don't even have to donate specifically to the lightsaber. The lightsaber will be given away to anybody that has donated up to get us to that 15,000 mark, and one lucky person will win it. And every dollar that you donate through Tiltify counts as an entry. So find something on there that you want to donate to. Do you want to see me wearing a silver or white wig to the ACS dinner on Friday? Do you want to see us do an additional stream on Sunday? Do you want to see Grande wearing a CG Carrie? I am CG Carrie's pool boy T-shirt when we go to Disney.
Alchi Dumpling unlock Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to see Warrior put a Zeta on a character of our choice? All these options are there for you guys. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of things donated by people in the community as well. You saw Ouchie Warrior have put up stuff too. We'll also have, I'll mention it right now, we're going to have something from Nukin. Nukin is going to be giving away a blue Yeti mic.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to have a raffle set up for that as well. So if you donate, actually it'll be a challenge. We'll have to if we hit the challenge total, then everyone that donated to the challenge will get an entry into that particular giveaway. So be on the lookout for that. So you have a chance at the Blue Yeti mic as well. And we have a bunch of other stuff that's coming down. So please make sure that you guys check this. Please donate. Again, it's for a good cause. It's for the American Cancer Society. We'll have them on the stream with us. We're going to have a lot of fun on Saturday and potentially Sunday if we fill out that challenge. So join us for this great cause.
Absolutely.
There you go.
All right. I think someone just donated some.
Someone donated Stanley.
God, stupid.
Stanley wants that Silver Bowl drawing.
Damn right.
That is
Leonardo did ask a
drawing.
question in chat. I saw it. Are you a millennial ranger? That is the nicest thing Finn and someone's ever said to me. No, I am not. I am a Generation Xer.
Yep.
Wait, it's nice that they asked if you were a millennial.
Yeah, at least they're trying to justify his income.
I usually for those of our generation, Ranger, them's fighting words.
What do you mean? He thinks I'm young.
I'll explain later.
No, I think that is a compliment. That's a very nice thing to say. That's how you want to look at it. You want to be all negative and shit. Kiss my ass, Graham. Yeah. I'm taking that as a compliment. But yeah, we got the big thing is Saturday, so we're really going to need your guys' help. The last time we did this year for the American suicide prevention, we raised over 10,000. I think we're going to crush this, and we're already 10%. We're well over 10%, almost 20% to where we need to be at. So I'm excited. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of ridiculousness. So I am very excited about this. So make sure you guys stop what you're doing right now. Hit the thumbs up on the video. If you haven't already subscribed, it helps us with monetization. Helps lets you know when we're streaming. It's just a win-win situation. Same thing with the thumbs up. If you haven't checked out our Patreon page, we do have a Patreon page set up. You can start anywhere from $5 up to $25 or more. We have cool stuff for our Patreons that we do all the time, like Tits' roster review, things of that nature. A lot of cool stuff that we offer our Patreon folks. We use all the money to keep the stream going and putting out the content that you guys enjoy. It takes a lot of time and effort and energy to do this kind of stuff, and we do a lot of it. So as long as you guys keep supporting us, well, by golly, we're going to keep doing it. So on behalf of myself and the crew, enjoy the rest of your date. Now, Finn, we're doing a gaming night tonight?
Correct. We will be doing Borderlands 2 with the Christmas special.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Christmas special. Mm-hmm. Christmas. All right. So on behalf of myself and the RSG crew, have a great rest of your day, and we will watch you later. Peace.